Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka. He was the former director of the Center for Research and Knowledge Dissemination, Sabaragamu University of Sri Lanka. He has been involved in various administrative activities at the university and contributed his service to various government and private sector tourism projects as a consultant and a resource person in various workshops. His major teaching and research areas are ecotourism, community based tourism, sustainable tourism and development, and homestay tourism in Asian countries. He has published nearly 65 articles in well recognized journals both in Sri Lanka and overseas. Ramsey Rangana is an editorial board member of the Journal of Tourism, Hospitality Management, International Journal of Education, Humanities and Social Sciences, and a member of the Global Association for Humanities and Social Sciences Research and the managing editor of the South Asian Journal of Tourism and Hospitality. So we are truly grateful your presence with us today. So over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me to give a short, a brief speech uh, to the audience, especially consist with undergraduates as well as young scholars. Even though this is not a good time to have a speech, actually related to research. Right? Right? If it is tourism, I am interested in that because I know that you will be, but the research is not a good time. However, because from today morning, we have heard a lot about research, right? From Professor Dharmaratna as well as Professor Arosha and the other speakers also talked about the research. Therefore, I thought that I will give a very brief idea about research and some advice to the young scholars as well as undergraduates when they are conducting research, what are the things that they have to do and to follow with taking 10 to 15 minutes maximum. Right. Now, I had the privilege to see some presentations of you yesterday, as well as today morning also, the undergraduates who presented in different panels. And I'm very happy because I have seen a lot of presentations of the public universities, students, undergraduates. Normally, very rarely we see the private sector universities are conducting conferences even, but you are conducting this is continuously for 4 years now. Now, it's very happy to see that, and also when I observe the presentation as well as when I give the comments, I'm very happy because I saw that some potential, some very good presenters actually. Um, if we develop it further, we can go for the even for the good journals, publications. It's a very good achievement, and we're really happy about that. Some of them presented first time in their life. They as a researcher, they started their career or as a presenter in front of the panel as well as the audience, and that's a good achievement. And uh, adding to the things that what Professor Arosha as well as Professor Amradna mentioned, this is a passion actually. This is conducting research is a passion because you know that for the sake of completing a degree or completion of your thesis, doing research is nothing because we know that. We also same like that. Like that's I mentioned earlier. Also, when I was a student, also I felt something like that earlier. But I found it later. That's not the case of research because today morning also I received some messages from my students who are, I'm writing them and they message me regularly, sending their documents to me. Please review it, sir, send it to me. And while I was in this panel in the audience also I did that. I sent the reviews, my comments. Within 5 minutes again they are sending. Sir, I corrected them. Please review. Now I don't know because a lot of comments. Uh, how they can review it and correct me within 5 minutes, and I have to be in the phone. Okay, I'm waiting for the comments now. Opening the WhatsApp or Viber. Uh, and give the comments. Now that's the attitude of them because they are doing. That's what I'm saying. That they are doing it for the sake of passing the exam. It's not a passion. It's not in their blood because we have to take that into consideration when we are doing the research. Now you know that as earlier mentioned, we are living in a era where when you touch a button, all the informations are in front of you. right? Not like early days, we are using artificial intelligence and we are getting various social media platforms and other platforms to get the information. Now, the young scholars, they have the information with them. Very easily they can collect. But the one thing they don't know, how to utilize the information, right? Now, they must know that how to carefully examine them, verify them, and interpret and apply them, right? That's the missing part. They just collect the information only and they submit as it is, sometimes with the support of the AI tools, and nowadays very common. Therefore, in current generation, right, you have to think about that. Uh, and What do you mean by research? I think today morning also Professor Arosha mentioned, but for me, research means uh, A plus search. Search is something that is available, right? When you are conducting research, you can't do research for the things that are not available. For example, one student came to me a few years ago and he was trying to do a research, a social science research about the gods. He said that, how can you, are you going to interview the gods? Eh, දෙවියන් ඉන්ටර්වයුව කරන්න බෑ. දෙවියෝ ගැන අපි ගැන අපේ තියෙන ආකල්ප නම් දෙවියෝ ගැන අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන්. දෙවියෝ ගැන කොහොමද දෙවියන්ගේ behavior ගැන අපි කතා කරන්න බෑනේ. It's not existing at the moment, right? Therefore, something existing, but we don't know where it is, right? Therefore, when you are doing research, we have to be very careful in that case, because research solves real problems. Because in the countries like Sri Lanka, because you know that we are facing numerous challenges at the moment, right? We are facing challenges relating to this food security and waste management, as well as sustainable agriculture, and also some issues relating to the digital transformation. And therefore, young scholars like you to step up and do some research to solve these issues. The real world issues should be solved through the research. There's nothing, right? Unfortunately, in Sri Lankan context, researchers are doing researches and the industry people are doing something else. They are not collaborating. That's the issue in Sri Lankan context. However, we need we require research-based solutions for everything. Without research, we can't do anything, because that's why many companies also spend a lot of for their research R&D. Like take the big companies in the world, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, even Coca-Cola, the second highest spending the expenses for their for this R&D after marketing. Right? They know the importance of the R&D, research and development for the industry. Now, today morning, Professor Arosha as well as Professor Dharmaratna also mentioned what is the value of what kind of opportunities you get when you do research, right? Now, not only the scholars or the academics need research, right? Now, for example, most of them are not becoming academics. You will go to the industry, right? When you go to the industry, you need to have the knowledge of the research, because you have to do industry research, market research, and right. Therefore, becoming a researcher is helpful for your career, not only for the career life, in your even your personal life, because you will study about the critical thinking, how to analyze the things in a rational way, and also the problem solving and the leadership, communication. Everything you will learn through the research. Therefore, it is something like a value addition to your career as well as a competitive advantage. You are getting a competitive advantage through that. Therefore, graduates, we need the graduates who can analyze the problems, not the followers. Right. Therefore, that's the important thing of the field research. And also, you will get opportunity, as Professor Dharmaratna mentioned, to go abroad with your scholars, with your lecturers. Sometimes you will get opportunities to get the scholarships for your PhD or the masters when you conduct research. That's something else. But in addition to that, it's good for your personal life. Finally, I would like to give some advice for the especially the undergraduates or the scholars. Get the support of your academic staff. Try to identify your mentors, because when I was studying, still now Professor Arosha also one of my mentors, right? She helped me a lot during my masters, right? And I followed her. And during my undergraduate level also, there are some mentors. I got the support of them as lecturers. Here there are a lot of lecturers, senior staff as well as young staff. You can support your students as a mentor to develop their research skills. Now, what the student have to do, they have to get the support of your lecturers, and you should not wait until your final year to do the research. Right? It's not a compulsory thing. Maybe a compulsory thing to complete your degree, but it's not a compulsory thing to your life. You can start research at any time. Right? Don't wait until the final year. If you are interested, if you have the passion, you can do it. And also, you can read. beyond your textbooks. Don't depend on your textbooks. Read and go to the YouTubes or even the other sources and learn something new. And go for the conferences like this. Just appear and just listen to what they are saying. That's enough. And go for the attend for the workshops. And there are a lot of opportunities. Online workshops are there. Free workshops are there. And if you go to the YouTube also, you can study a lot of things, right? How to conduct research, how to analyze the research, everything is there. And you also finally you can do collaborative research with your lecturers, and and you will get an opportunity to even travel abroad. And as mentioned in the morning, never stop asking questions. Right, that's the difference that I saw from our university students and the foreign university students. Right, because I had a lot of experience with the foreign university students. They are always questioning. Sometimes a headache. Right, when you go to the class, they are asking so many questions. Sometimes we are also in trouble. Right, but in our case, we are very comfortable. We tell whatever the things they accept, and that's very we are very happy. And we can tell any lies. Any lie they accept. Yes, yes, so is correct. Right. That's the case. Very rarely we can find students who are questioning us. Right. That's something that very important when we are doing research. Right. When it comes to the national development, research is really important part. It's playing a major role. We need not only the natural resources, we need the intellectual resources. Right. Now, our era is now gone because now the next scholars, the young scholars should take the challenge and try to give solutions for the issues faced by the country. As a country now, that's very important. And now universities like not only Sages, even public universities are spending a lot for the research. They are conducting conferences. Some universities are providing facilities, providing funds. There are a lot of research projects, right? Now, are we going to utilize them correctly? Right? That's very important thing. Again, we have to consider. Uh, Finally, to conclude my brief speech, I would like to conclude with the statement given by the former president of India, Abdul Kalam, and he said the once uh, something like this is for inspiring word, right? A dream, dream, dream. Dreams transform into thoughts, and thoughts result in action, right? Now you should have a dream, and it should be transformed into thoughts, right? And also to the action, right? Now uh, become a good scholar, a good, become a researcher, a good researcher. That's very important thing, right? Now knowledge is something that we know, but research, we are trying to discover something unknown, right? We are trying to discover something unknown, and the future belongs to those who have the interest of searching that unknown thing. Right. Thank you very much for inviting me to give a brief speech about the research. May each of you become not only successful graduates and also lifelong learners. And wish you all the best for all the presenters as well as the graduates and also the scholars. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Shalika, for sharing your valuable knowledge and insights with us this afternoon. May we kindly invite you once again on the stage as we present our appreciation to you. To do the honors, may I respectfully invite Senior Professor Emeritus W.G.D. Dharmaratna to the stage to present the appreciation on behalf of Saegis Campus.
Thank you. We now move to a special moment of SURS 2026, the presentation of certificates to the presenters and participants. May I kindly invite our distinguished guests to join us on stage for the certificate distribution. First, I would like to invite Senior Professor Emeritus W.G.D. Dharmaratna, Professor Saman Chandana Edirevira, Dr. Krishani Anuradha Jayasinghe, present the participation certificates to the following participants. Dear presenters, please come on stage as we call upon your names. HAS Panagoda, Yureshi Vellage, PMSI Milinhara, KKNP Heshani. Thank you.
Go together to present the participation certificates for the following presenters. A.K. Nanayakara, K.C.K. Navaratna, Umesha Disanayaka, Navodaya Nechiri Adhikari. Thank you, sir and madam.
Jayasinghe, Director, Academic and International Affairs, and Dr. Esmond de Silva, Registrar, present the participation certificates to the following participants. Sasika Prabhashwara, HDS Chamindi, WTD Silva, SY Polduage, FH Akin Senkit Silva, EME Nicholas, MMADR Senara, IP Ratnasiri, ND Jayadilaka, MP Kadigawa, MK Ulpen Vidana Arachige, Pubutu Bimsara, C.A. Jagannathan, V.H.P. Onadip, H.C.L. Jayaratnam. Thank you, sir and madam.
Emeritus WGD Dharmaratna and Professor Rangana Shalika to present these certificates. Track 2: Economics, Entrepreneurship and Digital Integrations. S.I. Malinhara. Track 3: HR, Leadership, Work Mindsets and Hybrid Work. The best presenter, K.K. Nanyakara. Track 4: Accounting, Finance and ESG. The best presenter, Umesha Disanayaka. Track 7: Literature, Language, Linguistics, Communication and Cultural Studies. The best presenter, Navodaya Adhikari. Track 9: Smart Minds in Computing and AI. The best presenter, Saurabh Paul from Assam Downtown University. Track 10, Digital Infrastructure and Cyber Innovations. The best presenter, PME Nicholas. The final track, the track 12, Innovative Software and Intelligence System. The best presenter, CA Jagannathan. Thank you, sir. All our presenters and participants on your achievements. Your dedication, enthusiasm, and valuable research contributions have made SURS 2026 a great success.
Finally, I would like to invite Ms. Gayani Arma Peruma and Ms. Tarushi Pramodya to present the appreciation letters to the panelists and panel coordinators. Professor Saman Chandan, Dr. Krishani Anuradha, Ms. Yamuna Fernando, Ms. Dinusha Ratnayaka, Ms. Iruni Satarasinhan, Ms. Himashi Muthugalan, Miss Paramita Hirath, Mr. Selvanathan Gopikrishna, Miss Pipuni Dharmatilaka, Dr. Susil Mansanayaka, Miss Samita Pudupetir, Mr. Nawoda Kotugoda, Mr. Janidu Fernando, Mr. Niroshan Dhananjay, Miss Ashani Galage, Mr. Udaya Pereira, Miss Nilusha Pereira, Mr. Temira Edirisinghe, Mr. Avishka Caldera, Mr. Dinul Gamage, Miss Niroshini Sandamani, Miss Fatima Sharmila, Miss Tarudini Nayanatara, Miss Naudi Sitara, Miss Vidushani Imantika, Mr. Ajan Sri Sheheran, Miss Netursika Ramesh, thank you Miss Gaini and Miss Tarushik.
We will now take the official photographs of the day with our guest presenters, panels, and committees. May we request the relevant groups to please gather here at the front for the photographs. come on stage for the photograph. In with the official photograph.